Well, we always say it, no smoke and mirrors.
I was just going to say that.
Literally no smoke and mirrors with us. We are what we are. And
oh, trust me, we've tried to change. So just a quick episode, a brief overview of our history, where we've come from, who we are, our timeline, really.
We got a whole lot of history.
Do you know, I love that song. I really love that song.
One Direction.
Look at that. Yeah.
Wrong direction, maybe.
Go on,
never mind.
give us a tune. I'll do the way.
History.
So let's start with the most asked question that I think we ever get asked, which I think it's great because it's for heritage. However, I also hate saying it because it's so...
I love it.
Yeah, no,
I do, honestly do. I know.
But then you tried to reinvent it, which just didn't.
No,
didn't
absolutely
work.
will.
So RF means Rob.
Robert.
And Fred.
And Fred. Yeah.
Rob and Fred. So they are the two original founders of RF. So that's where the name comes from. I think it's...
imaginative. But
it works.
It worked.
I think it's nice to have that heritage in the name.
Yeah.
Because no matter where it goes, that's always where it came from, which I think is really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think whenever we say RF and whenever I speak about RF, I always think about how important that history is. And, you know, we're in a great position where we've got the company now which has still got that name, and it's, like I say, it's heritage and its backgrounds, but it also makes me think of the immense hard work that...
It's been put into it,
been put into it, and, you know, the Robert in it is Amy's father.
Very lucky.
Very lucky to have him, and I'm very lucky to have him in my life as well. But it just shows that every time I speak about it, you know, we've not inherited this company, we've taken it on after a lot of hard work that was put into obviously establish where it was prior to us.
Shows the evolution, doesn't it?
It does, you know, and you know we've come into this knowing that it is hard work that gets you somewhere, and you know there's nobody that's worked any harder than your dad to get where he has done in life, and you know have a successful company.
I don't think it's replaceable. Like for me, whenever I think about the name and kind of the history of it. So you can open a company now really easily, you can get a website built easily. As long as you've got an idea, it's really accessible now, isn't it? To open a company. But I think that there's so many companies that open, have a good few years, then go pop, damage other people, and they never kind of build that authority. What I love is that, it started 30 years ago as a sleeper company.
Yeah.
And then changed into...
So a new product coming in.
Yeah,
so like
identified that. Like it's had so much change over the time. And then since we've been doing it, it's evolved a lot again with... Obviously, we've got a lot of exciting things in the pipeline which will change it again. But that authority that you build, whether it's my dad's relationships, our relationships, over a period of time, it can't be replaced by someone that's just going to set up and... I'm sure that they'll do great when they do that, but it's a short-lived thing.
Fine, you know what I mean?
Heritage is really valuable, and it's good for business, but it's also good for the soul.
Yeah. Well, you said relationships there, and we'll do probably another thing about relationships going forward, but I think the relationship that is between us as suppliers, our suppliers, and us as a company, is what the basis of the basis of the whole company's been built on, is that trust between what we're doing and what our suppliers are doing for us. And like I say,
that cannot be bought.
It can't.
It's a time thing.
Literally had the same supplier from India, which Robert met with at a trade show. Well, we talked about trade shows, about trade shows, you know, those connections.
Face to face.
Yeah, totally.
The word of someone.
And we've worked with that one supplier that we have, and people might say, "Oh, you're foolish for having one supplier. How can you play each other off against each other?" But irrelevant, for what that supplier does for us, and literally our family.
We are one big family.
One big family. We literally went to their daughter's wedding last year in India, and that just shows that the history and the heritage that we have going through our supply chain.
It's really important.
It's so important. Same with our Italian supplier. You met Christian however many years ago, 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And again,
what a relationship.
One supplier that represents different places within Italy.
It's trust, and I think that's what RF Paving represents. It represents heritage, family, trust, and being what you say on the tin.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, we always say it, no smoke and mirrors.
I was just going to say that.
Literally no smoke and mirrors with us. We are what we are. And
oh, trust me, we've tried to change.
and we've I say we are what we are, but we've also got that new sort of invigoration into us to understand that just because we always sell sleepers, we sort of like moved on to Indian stone.
Just a bit of a timeline, so about 2000s we went into the stone market, didn't we?
Yeah, around about 2000s, Indian stone was a new thing, whatever. And then things established, people wanted a little bit more of contemporary look. So they went down there. It used to be the sawn and hone sandstone, which was sort of like looked nice and smooth, and that is a fire alarm. Genuinely a fire alarm, which I don't think is a drill. We better get the fuck out of here. Oh.
I know, it's a drill. It's a drill. Sorry for the expletive.
Whoops.
Bye.
Is that all right?
Forgot to warn you to do that on Friday.
All right.
So we just said, okay, so that's fine. I think we just need to get the fuck out of here.
Good concept.
Absolutely.
Exactly, it's fine.
Oh, we're all right. Okay, we're being confirmed.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Fireman Sam's just been in. We're all right.
You can see us the panicker of the two.
Yeah. Wow. Anyway.
Well,
oh yeah. Close the door.
Oh yeah. What were we talking about?
I don't know. Talking about Fireman Sam history. We need to go
counterbalancing.
No.
So Indian stone. We started with sleepers and transport company really.
Yeah, really.
Then went into. So we were doing my dad was doing transport, and a lot of the transport he was doing was for railway sleepers. So he identified a market there and started with the railway sleepers. I think early 2000s went into the Indian stone after meeting the one supplier that we talk about.
Yep.
Still the same relationship. And then it was about 10 years ago when we came into the company that porcelain was really becoming a thing. I think at the start people were resistant to it just because it was a bathroom product.
Yeah.
A very hard bathroom product.
Yeah, well, I think you not stumble across the porcelain anyway, because when you first joined, it was like you wanted to bring that softer touch to the company, as in home, not furnishings, but finishing the interior of homes as well. So brought in the RF interior.
Yeah,
brand.
And that is a journey in itself, because what a shock. I remember he took that logo into my dad and he literally was like, if you like it, are you happy with the name? I loved it. Wow, looking back on that, what a shocking name for selling tiles. However,
anyway,
it was the start of a journey that brought us into all the porcelain that we do today, the interior that we service in both retail and commercial markets, and obviously onto our new exciting idea. So
which we'll tell you about soon.
We will. But everything starts somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think do you remember Helen when she says it's progression, not perfection?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's so important, because I think without having the times that are maybe a bit quieter, where you think a little bit more, or the times where you feel you're not going anywhere, I think in those times are actually where growth and change happens.
Yeah.
So, for example, she says with the graph chart, It's not a consistent diagonal line.
Yeah.
It goes up and down.
Yeah.
And the joy is in the journey, not the destination, which really stuck with me when she said it,
Yeah.
because it's true. And
Yeah.
it's exactly what we're talking about now. It's the timeline of RF Paving, not just where we are.
Absolutely. Massive shout out
in
to
this
Helen, by the way.
We love Helen. We're going to get Helen on.
We are going to get Helen
Yeah.
on. Helen,
She
Helen,
sorts lives out daily.
She's amazing. Makes me cry a lot. But yeah.
It doesn't take much. And this is coming from a really emotional person. It doesn't take much.
But yeah, that history is very, very important to us. And like I say, every time, I speak with somebody about RF, and my close personal friends who are also your dad's personal friends, it's all about RF and what a brand and what a company that has been existent for 20, 30 years. For us to sort of like take it on into new
chapters.
New chapters. I'm not saying better chapters, but we're
different
we're
time
different.
changes.
And I think one thing that we have found out, and again from your dad, is that saying, if you stand still, then you're going to get left behind.
Absolutely, and that is to me for now that's more important than ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because 6 months now is change that happened in 10 years before. It's
totally,
wild.
Yeah. We know from our systems and processes and what we do currently as to what we're going to be doing in 6 months' time is probably 1,000,000% different.
Even how
unimaginable.
I think in the past few months has completely changed. It's like completely changed.
Yeah, absolutely it
So-
has. And so we are focused on future,
But not forgetting the past.
not forgetting the past. What did I say? I've got it. I remembered it.
Go on, give us it.
You
Give us
might,
the
you might
quote
not,
to
you might-
finish.
you might not be able to remember this, but it was while speaking with your dad, our supplier in India, at the wedding that we talked about, and I was like, I likened RF and their relationship to be like a tree. So if you've got this seed that was obviously planted in the ground, somehow they found each other, it grew into a little sapling, sort of like they all sort of grew, and then what you have got is like a tree has, when it grows, it gets different rings.
Different branches.
Sort of like every ring, every year it gets a different ring that goes on it. But the core of that tree is always RF.
A very
Robert.
cute way to end the
He was.
podcast.
I'm crying again.
I'm crying.
Again. So that core, that was that little sapling in there, will always be
And it's important.
Robert and Darmendra in there.
And it's important.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very,
So
very important.
important.
So, yeah, I think if you focus too much on the future and forget where your past and history, then I think you could
Very shallow.
quite easily sort of like, come into a bumpy road. But
High five to Rob and Fred.
Rob and Fred, indeed.